Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Sunday morning the 10th of August. In this video we're going to Kentucky, to a very rural location just outside of Jackson in Breathitt County. And a missing 10-year-old boy called Jayden Spicer. He's been missing since Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, when his mother said, oh, he went to bed as normal at 9 o'clock and then she got up and he wasn't there. Very much like Sebastian Rogers, I would say. Kid went to bed, mother went to bed, and then in the morning he's completely gone. However, I think this case is particularly alarming, given what we know about Jayden's situation and his family. I've got a bad feeling about this one. Let's talk about it. Before we get into the video, let me just say, please subscribe if you've not already done so. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think I can do it with your help. And there's still plenty of people who watch my channel who don't subscribe. It's completely free. There's absolutely no catch whatsoever. Just click the subscribe button. And once I get to 100,000 subscribers, YouTube will send me a silver YouTube play button plaque, which I want to put on my wall. So help me out. All right, 10-year-old Jayden. So let's start with where he lives. So this is the very small town of Jackson, and this is Pamble Branch Road, where he lives. Very, very rural location. Very thick terrain. This time of year, this foliage is going to be really high, really dense, and it's also mountainous. So difficult to navigate if you're 10 years old, and finding a 10-year-old in this location, it's going to be an uphill battle, quite literally. I did talk about Jayden in a short video over on my other channel, Michelle Walks, and yes, I do have another channel. It's a smaller channel. I don't post on there every day like I do over on this channel, but if you like this channel, then it's more of the same. Go and check it out. And I did a short video about Jayden when he'd been missing, I think 24 hours, something like that. So what happened was, his mother, Felicia Spicer, or Felicia Gross, she is a problem. She's a problem. So the story we've been told by the cops, by the way, there has been no alert sent out for Jayden. Apparently, according to the cops, he doesn't fulfill the criteria for an Amber Alert in Kentucky. He's not even had an endangered child alert, I don't think. I don't think so. So, who's actually aware that Jayden is missing? There's been no press conferences that I've seen. Nothing to publicise the fact that Jayden is missing. And the local news have covered it, but apart from some chatter on social media, no one knows that this little boy is missing. I find it shocking when situations like this happen. But there has been a big search effort. EquiSearch were called in to help with drones and sonar. You know, there's been K9 units, there's been drones, there's been helicopters, there's been the usual search effort, but the wider community, I don't think, knows that Jayden is missing. I might be wrong, and if you're in this area, let me know, because I'm always interested to see how far a case travels outside of social media. But there are a bunch of alarming red flags in this case, and this is why I've got a bad feeling about it. His mother doesn't want to talk on camera. She wrote a letter that she gave to the media, but she was done in the past for the endangerment of a child. But Felicia did not have custody of Jayden. Jayden was looked after by his great-grandma, from what I can gather so far about the family. Like, there's aunties that have come out talking, and we'll talk about them shortly. But as far as I can understand it, Jayden's great-grandma had custody of him, but she died a couple of months ago. So Jayden is missing the one stable figure in his life. And after she died, he went to live with Felicia and her husband. Her husband is this fine fellow here. I mean, what a catch this dude is. These are all his mugshots. What a catch. What a catch. But, you know, they don't like talking to the public. They're happy to talk during election time when they're interviewed about the vice president coming from their area. They're happy to talk politics, but not happy to come out and talk when their child is missing.
3 little boys playing in a creek under the watchful eyes of their parents, right across the street from a house where another young boy used to spend a lot of time. You live near where J.D. Vance used to spend all his summers, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct. Yeah, just pretty much right here.
This is Jackson, Kentucky, in the heart of Appalachia. How'd you feel when you heard that he's the Republican vice presidential nominee?
I was actually proud. It came across really, like a proud feeling, like you can accomplish something just from this little area. It tells me kind of, one of my little boys could possibly grow up and become vice president one day. You never know.
In J.D. Vance's book, Hillbilly Elegy, he says he grew up in the Rust Belt city of Middletown, Ohio, but also here in Jackson, where he would regularly travel with his grandparents to visit other family members. Do you know who you're going to vote for?
Donald Trump and J.D. Vance.
Donald Trump and J.D. Vance.
It's my opinion that if it turns out that something horrible happened to Jayden at the hands of his mother or another member of her family, it will be child services who fail yet another child. That they've given her custody when she's already known to have endangered a child. People have been out talking about this stepdad. Somebody called Christina in one of the Facebook groups says, the stepdad used to be married to my not biological son's mother. He abused our son when he was 8 years old, choked him, etc., and body slammed him on the couch one night. We had to go to court to get an EPO against the husband. Our son is now 24, but still remembers everything. And Jayden's aunts are concerned because they don't believe that Jayden would have gone out on his own in the night. She talks on the news. We're actually going to hear her talking in a minute. But as one of his aunts, there hasn't been an alert yet because there is certain protocols that KSP has to meet in order for Frankfurt to issue the alert. Until certain criteria is met, they cannot issue the alert. Jayden lost his mama 2 months ago, the woman who raised him since he was a baby. He started living with his mom and her husband. He has mental health issues and needs medicine daily. There is information our family has received that has not been shared and will not be shared until KSP confirms it and releases it to the public. We do not know the exact time he went missing, but we do know he is terrified of the dark. So it's possible he left early morning, or it could be possible that he never left at all. As of now, he's not been found. Our family is hurting bad enough without a bunch of people making comments when they know nothing about Jayden and his situation. Be respectful to our family. Well, I'm happy to be respectful to the family members who love and want Jayden home, but if it turns out that a member of the family, such as his mother or her husband, have done something, then you better believe that respect goes right out of the window for those people. So this is 2 aunts. Clarification, there are several rumours about how Jayden ended up in Felicia's care. My sister is already going through hell without everyone's bullshit. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Jayden was living in her home with Mama. Once Mama passed, Felicia automatically gained custody back. CPS has been involved the entire time. They cleared her to have Jayden in her home. Samantha did not just drop Jayden off to her. Samantha knows more about Jayden than anyone and loves him more than anyone. Before you run your mouth, get your shit straight. Our little family is already going through hell, searching on our own, exploring other places we have heard about, trying our damnedest to bring him home. I've reached my limit with the rumours, so everyone just needs to shut the hell up. Well, okay. Defend your sister, that's fine, if you're confident that she's not done anything. But what about this one hell of a catch man here? What about him? Are you willing to defend him as well? I don't know. Let's listen to this news piece from WKYT.
There are many questions along Panbow Branch Road in Breathitt County.
There's some stuff that just doesn't add up in this case.
Police say they were told that Jayden went to bed Tuesday night but was missing on Wednesday morning.
And as two aunts and mothers, we've questioned a lot of the information ourselves.
State police say numerous search crews have combed the woods and hilly areas, even using sonar underwater. There's been no solid leads, but they say they are leaving no stone unturned and looking into every possibility.
He's a good boy. He's very sweet and loving. He is very hyperactive.
He likes to be on the go.
On the go 24/7.
They say that he would never venture out in the dark and try to climb the rugged terrain that surrounds his home.
He does not like insects at all. So
Or the dark.
them looking up in the hills, I mean, any child can go anywhere, but it just seems so unreal that he would go up there.
They say Jayden can be hyperactive and that can be difficult to deal with, but they say this has been almost too much for them to handle.
Tore up, shocked,
Heartbroken.
confused, don't know if we're coming and going, don't know where to start.
Numerous Breathitt County agencies were looking Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Some help coming from out of county expected Friday afternoon. Breathitt County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
And there is a prayer vigil scheduled for tonight at 7:30 at the Panbow Full Gospel Church.
And that did happen. So Jayden has been missing now since Tuesday into Wednesday. Personally, I don't believe he went out in the middle of the night on his own. He's scared of the dark, he doesn't like insects, and that terrain is very difficult. Even for a kid who's used to going, roughhousing and crawling and climbing all over places. However, what did happen to him, I don't know. I understand that Felicia's family want to think the best of her and, they want to protect the family and stuff. I get it. I understand that. But these people don't have a good track record. Felicia's endangered a child in the past. I've heard stories about how it happened, but I don't know how truthful it is, so I'm not going to share that at this moment in time. But I do know some things that have been said about how that happened. But Jayden lost his mama 2 months ago, living with a man who supposedly body slammed another kid. And Jayden's hyperactive, difficult to deal with, in grief over his mama. Something happened, in my opinion. I've got a really bad feeling about this. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Good, yeah!